Hello, my name is Francesca Diva Rachmaputri. For this assignment, I've chosen fairness and equality as my topic to discuss. The issue I will be talking about, which is related to the topic, is women in the workplace. I hope my presentation helps us to understand where women fit in the world today and what we all need to do in order to reach gender equality and fairness in the workplace. So I'll start with a question. Are women treated fairly and equally as men in the workplace today? So before we discuss further on this issue, it's better if we have a great understanding of the two terms that I will use quite often during this presentation, which are fairness and equality. So what is fairness? According to Potter Stewart, a Supreme Court justice, fairness is what justice really is. What does he mean by that? From my understanding, fairness is when we being unbiased towards something, treat everyone equally, and when we have the ability to make judgments towards something is free from dishonesty and discrimination. Then what is equality? According to the UN General Assembly in 2002, equality is the cornerstone of every democratic society that aspires to social justice and human rights. By that, it means equality is when everyone is treated in the same way without giving any effect to their needs and requirements. But it also could mean a situation where each and every individual is granted the same rights and responsibility. Compared to 100 years ago, women have actually made some progress in terms of equal rights in the workforce. Nowadays, more and more women are graduating from college. Companies are increasingly focused on the benefits of gender equality in the workplace. If we link it to the chosen topic, fairness and equality, with this issue, we can show that even though we know that in order to create a better world, where being fair to everyone and treating people equally are the ways, we cannot deny that in fact, in our society, there is still unfair treatment towards certain groups. And here, the context is women. Inequality women face in the workplace is really concerning for me. It's true that the situation of women today and women 100 years ago is really different, or in other words, are making some progress, but it doesn't mean that they are perfectly free from unfair treatment and treated equally. Yes, women are allowed to work nowadays, but they are still pretty much suffering because there is still a big gap in income between women and men. Some even were left unpaid. Some women treated unfairly and unequally because they believe certain religion or because of their race or sexuality. Women also don't have the same access to higher level position as men. A lot of them were reported being sexually assaulted by their man colleague. And for every 100 men who get promotions, only less than 80 women get the same chance, and it will be even more difficult for women of color. Women are less eager to become a top executive because they knew that stress and pressure from the people around them would be the outcomes. They recognize that there are barriers for advancement and think that there are fewer opportunities for them to advance because of their gender. About 90% of women believe taking extended family leaving such as pregnancy leave, maternity leave will only hurt their career. So why am I concerned about this issue? Actually, the reason why I choose the workplace as the setting is because women definitely matter in the workplace as their roles are crucial in the global economy. In fact, in 2020, women made up almost about more than 45% of the workforce. Since the percentage is quite big, so I believe that it influences economic growth as well. If women employees feel that they are respected and have fair and equal opportunities to advance their career as other male colleagues, then I believe they will be happier. Treating them fairly and equally could bring benefits to the company as well. Because when they're happy with the work environment, when they enjoy, they are more likely to stay and work harder for the company. And probably they might recommend the company as a great place to work to their acquaintances. This can bring the company more skillful employees. So when women fulfill their potential, everyone benefits. These are the positive outcomes of women's better socioeconomic opportunities. So first, poverty is decreasing. Why I say it's decreasing? Because with better socioeconomic opportunities, I believe a woman will be more confident to join the work competition, to join the work environment, to show their abilities, to show what they got. So maybe more unemployed women will have a chance to be free from poverty. Second, the gain of environmental sustainability. Last, innovation. More innovation because more people, more ideas. Have you heard about Sustainable Development Goals? So, Sustainable Development Goals, or SDG, is a collection of 17 goals designed by the United Nations to achieve a more sustainable and better world or future for all of us. Sustainable Development Goals was first introduced to the public in 2015 by the United Nations General Assembly with the intention that by 2030 all goals will be successfully achieved. Some SDGs goals are actually closely related to the fairness and equality in the workplace for women. Those goals are the third goal, good health and well-being, the eighth goal, decent work and economic growth, and lastly, the 10th goal, which is reduced inequalities. There's also a view by John Romer of equal opportunity called the non-discrimination principle. It says that individuals shouldn't be judged simply because of their sex and race in the competition for positions in the society, but should only be judged based on how well their performance is. Based on my experience, when I did my part-time work in a research and consultant company in Kuala Lumpur 2 or 3 months ago, one of my colleagues told me that it was hard to get a promotion in the company just because she is a woman. And then I asked why. She said it's because the higher ups are afraid to give more promotion to women because they don't want to take too much risk. My colleague told me that women being considered more troublesome than men because some will definitely take a leave due to either pregnancy or maternity leave. Women also considered unable to give all of their attention to this task or project assigned to them because some of them are housewives who have to divide their time between work in the office and taking care of the household. Then what can be done by the corporate companies to solve the issue? The company should advance human rights throughout their operation in order to alleviate or solve the issue. There are many ways to advance human rights for women in the workplace. First, companies should have flexible working options for women to choose. Flexible working options such as part-time hours, an option to work from home under certain circumstances. Example like when their child or husband is sick, and also allow them to leave work earlier to take care of their kid or to do the house chores and so on. Therefore, a flexible working option is important and can be really helpful, especially for working mothers. Second, prioritizing parental leave. For working mothers, they are definitely considering the company that provides parental leave because it was like the biggest support for women. When a company provides parental leave, then women don't have to stress about what to choose between being there for their family during vital time of nurturing or her career. Companies should have policies that take care of this matter. And then third, increase the numbers of mentorships, workshops, opportunities for women to train their skill. Companies should recognize women's effort and hard work for the company. By that, the company can reward them by offering more women for work mentorship, workshops, and opportunities that could help them to advance their skill and career. And then last, menstrual paid leave policy. Menstrual leave is a type of leave where women may have a choice to take paid leave or unpaid leave while they are on period. Thoughtful policy like menstrual paid leave policy could make people aware that women shouldn't be punished or disadvantaged because their anatomical structure. We shouldn't close our eyes when we know in reality that some women are struggling to hide their pain in silence in order to save and maintain their career. So we have reached to the last part of the presentation. This is the reference list that I used for my presentation. Thank you for listening my presentation, and I hope we can change our world to be a better place for women.